Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Jonathan back again with the weekly scuffle. Today I'm talking about the Cam Reddish trade that just occurred to the New York Knicks. Honestly, this is an interesting trade to say the least. The Knicks have been struggling, not as much as the Hawks though. So it's a very interesting trade. The trade is Cam Reddish for Kevin Knox, a protected 2022 first from Charlotte, and the Knicks also acquire Solomon Hill and the 2025 second round pick via Brooklyn in the trade. This is a very interesting move that's happening here. We're not entirely sure what's happening. There are rumors that the Hawks are willing to trade everybody, and it's come at us as a surprise, especially after their Eastern Conference run last year. The Hawks were pretty solid last year. They were a solid team. They had solid players, but now they're just struggling. Part of that, you could blame coaching, you could blame players. Honestly, Trey has still been Trey, but the team as a whole has not been productive. They haven't secured wins, and even with teams like Boston struggling, even a Toronto team that nobody expected to be as good is at a higher seed than them at this point, which is very interesting. The Heat just played them and beat them, which I was very excited about. Saw Cam Reddish on the bench, and he seemed to be okay. I think he seemed to be in good moods, but regardless, I think the Knicks won this trade, and I think they won this for another reason called Zion Williamson. Everybody knows Cam Reddish, Zion, and RJ all played at Duke together. And I'm just saying this is a very eye-opening situation. We all know the Knicks have this master plan. They've been linked to Zion since the beginning. RJ has been alright for them, but he's no Zion. But yet again, the Knicks stay making moves. I think that's a very interesting video. I think that's a video I'll make at some point down the road because it's looking more likely. The Pelicans haven't really done much to show Zion, hey, we're the franchise to build around you, to support you for the whole of your career. If anything, Zion's stock has been hurt by being in New Orleans, and New Orleans hasn't really done anything for Zion. The moves they've made have been heavily questionable. And maybe a trade package around Julius Randle, or maybe a three-team trade with a Julius Randle and people the Knicks have, could somehow work for a Zion trade. Honestly, that's yet to be seen, but we'll see how this plays out. I think it's a solid trade for the Knicks. I think the Knicks definitely improved. I've loved Cam Reddish since he came into the league. He reminded me a lot of Paul George. As a Heat fan, I actually was interested in drafting him, but we ended up with Tyler Hero, so I'm not complaining. But with all that being said, it's a good trade for the Knicks. Interesting move for the Atlanta Hawks. I think they might be in a rebuild. Not quite sure. We'll have to see. I think Nick Millen is very much in the hot seat. I think he probably will be fired this year, and the Hawks will try to move on from there. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how this all plays out, and see you next time. Peace.